Well, the interesting thing about the fitness journey started when I was in high school. Well, you know what? It didn't start out as a gym initially. It was like a one-on-one, work with the client. One of the first pioneers on the online training scene. Well, it's been incredibly awesome. I have to say, I've helped a lot of people over the years.
It is a real privilege to finally interview the man behind ProTrainerLive, Mr. Mike Whiteley.
My name is Mike Whiteley. I'm the creator and founder of ProTrainerLive.
So my brother, give us a little bit about your background when it comes to health and when it comes to fitness. What began this journey for you?
Well, the interesting thing about the fitness journey, it started when I was in high school, like even before that. But when I recognized the passion I had for it was through my athletics within the track and field realm. And then I decided to actually take that and move it into a professional capacity to help people in regards to their health, fitness, and overall well-being.
Right. So what motivated you? Certainly you have a love for fitness, you have a love for health. What motivated you to actually create and build a fitness company, a gym?
Well, you know what? It didn't start out as a gym initially. It was like a one-on-one, work with clients. I really wanted to work one-on-one with people to make sure that they could develop their physical development through athletics, just general health. But as I started to get further into it, I realized that there's so many people who were not aware of their bodies, their health, and it inspired me to continue to learn more and also to be able to apply more of my knowledge and expertise to help people. So it really was initially just general fitness and performance for athletics, and then I recognized the need. So I decided I just wanted to go forward and actually expand and push forward to help more people.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. So Mike, talk a little bit firstly about your how the Olympic level of understanding that level of training has impacted you and how it impacts dealing with all of your clientele.
Well, first of all, as an athlete, I worked with at least 10 different Olympic champions and world record holders. Those were my mentors, my teachers, my coaches. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to learning, they were the best examples because they made it to the upper echelon of fitness. They have records that are still not broken, like in some of my coaches.
Right.
So when you're talking about physical movement and physical ability, they taught you what was required to achieve the pinnacle of fitness and performance through applying the right training techniques, right mechanics, right thinking,
yes,
proper nutrition,
yes,
and recovery methods.
Right.
And these things are staples that don't go anywhere.
Right.
So it was really through my mentors. I have so many. From Zoltan, God rest his soul. He's first one taught me how to long jump.
Right.
Mil Toddy, he was an interim coach of mine. He's a Canadian high jump champion and Olympian. The great Ben Johnson, he showed me a lot of things with running mechanics that no other coach could actually show me.
Right.
And the list goes on and on.
So it's amazing that you have such a phenomenal level of aptitude as a trainer, and you have quote unquote learned or gleaned or adapted certain philosophies and an understanding for when it comes to actual training, right? Explain to us the philosophy behind what drives ProTrainerLive.
Okay, well, the key thing I go by within the business here, and even before, it's think right, eat right, train right. With those principles, I guide all my clients, because if you're not thinking right, you're not going to do things right. Even if you're thinking right, you're moving right, but you're not eating right, you're not going to develop right. If you're training right, but you're not eating right or thinking right, then you won't be able to sustain what you've developed. So what I do here at ProTrainer is first I get people's minds right to build change inside of themselves, because there's motivation and there's discipline. And of course, motivation is temporary, discipline is a long-term thing. So we use a little bit of motivation to develop habits which are discipline, and then from there we can build that into the eating, the training, and how they think about themselves and about what they're trying to accomplish, the real true way to develop the individual.
Wonderful. So you have that rock solid philosophy with the foundation of Olympic level knowledge as well as practice. You've been in and around that level of excellence and expertise. So now we've often heard it where if people say if exercise is king, then the diet is the queen. All right.
Yeah.
So the nutritional part of it, you are one of these individuals who I feel you have such a great level of nutrition on micro nutrition on a deep level. Can you explain to us how the eating right part of that philosophy marries really well as far as it pertains to what you do?
Well, the first thing was when I was competing, I had to understand how to maximize my performance. Performance only happens through what you are doing holistically. The rest, the right mechanics, the right training volume, of course, the supplementation. So what I was doing in the years prior, before I even got into like high level competition, was reading on the principles of herbs, supplements, food, how they reduce inflammation, improve circulation, improve performance, improve every aspect of like rest, recovery, even energy and performance within your training cycle. So, before I actually got into the whole ProTrainer thing full time, I was a health manager with many of the top companies, worldwide companies, Canadian companies. So I was a health manager, and I was coaching people part-time. And this is where we transitioned into a full-time development for individuals within the ProTrainer, family and system.
Yes.
But it's really through the extensive reading and of course mentorship from the people that have brought me here.
Right, wonderful. So your demographic, if you can explain to everybody, because I've personally seen it, but from your perspective, when somebody says, I might be too young to start training, or I'm too old to really partake in a program that you might be offering. Explain to us the range of people that you've worked with, and what is ProTrainer really from 4 to 94, or is there a niche group of people that you just strictly serve?
Okay, well, I'm a high performance coach, first of all. Like when I was competing, it was all high performance. I did everything naturally. I didn't use any supplements that were prohibited. So I had to learn how to compete in a natural realm with people who are doing all means of supplementation. So, with that, I was able to take the natural approach, which is holistic and healthy, and apply that to all my clients, starting from age, young ones like 8, 5, 4, right up to my clients who are 88 or 90.
Wow.
So it's a full range. So basically, depending upon what my client needs, I apply it at where they're at, their level, their health status, their physical abilities, and I work with them based on that. So if people are extremely high level, the 1% of the 1%, I coach those to perform and be winners and champions. Individuals who are, let's say, just beginning, I can get those people into the position where they can actually be competitive and winning. And I've had a lot of juvenile and young athletes come in as bench warmers or not able to compete or win anything, to actually winning everything and getting scholarships and of course making provincial and Canadian teams. Right.
So if somebody is struggling in their health and fitness journey, and they just feel like they're quote unquote not motivated to come into a place like ProTrainerLive, to meet somebody like you, to essentially put them on the right path for health and fitness, what would you say to that person?
Well, motivation is one thing.
Right.
What you really want is a different thing.
Right.
So if your real desire is to develop yourself and improve yourself, you shouldn't hesitate to actually make the initial jump.
Right.
So, when I tell people I see that are coming in for the first time, I say, listen, it's not going to feel good. It's not going to be wonderful initially, but 10 days in, you're going to start feeling what you've been coming here for,
Right.
which is energy, motivation, and getting some physical result that you might be looking for.
Right.
So, I tell people, listen, all you got to do is make the first step. 1 week in, you're going to be satisfied and happy that you started. And then I have clients here for 8 weeks, 12 weeks, that now have achieved their lifelong goal, which they thought they never, actually some of them say they've never felt better in their entire life, in their 50s, 40s, and 30s. And they're like, they didn't know they could live a life full of so much energy and positivity, mental health, and physical well-being.
Right.
So yeah, I tell people, listen, just make the first step. You can't get anywhere unless you make some time commitment to your personal well-being and health.
Wonderful. So, Mike, we know that across Canada and the United States, there are a plethora of gyms, fitness centers, health centers, spas, a combination of all of these three and the like. From your perspective, from all these other like fitness programs, what is it that you have to offer that there is a clear and distinct difference that produces results in people's lives?
Well, the interesting thing is when I have clients that have worked with other coaches and gone to other gyms. They're the ones who officially, like I didn't understand what other people were providing. Of course I had some idea, but a lot of times my clients would say, Mike, before you, I don't know what I had when it comes to coaches. Because when we're talking about what we do here, it's a holistic approach. Even right from the messages I put up on the screen behind me, I try and instill the right philosophy and thinking towards like achievement. So we start with affecting our clients' thinking about what they're trying to achieve, the words they use, because words that you say and you believe is what your achievement level is.
Yes.
What you're eating,
Yes.
we have a food program that is science-based, based on blood type, body type, and specific goals. So it's a program we designed over the last 25 years. And of course, the physical training selection. So we do physical training selection, which is ideal for the individual. And within our group training programs, we use exercise selection, which is consistent with minimal chance of injury with maximum development. Wonderful. So everything we do is designed to transform the person from the root, which is their mind, and then we go through to the diet and training component.
Wonderful, amazing. So it sounds to me like with ProTrainerLive, one of the strengths that is practiced as a philosophy here with think right, eat right, train right. Can you expound on that a little bit?
Yeah, so how I look at it, I look at everybody as like everybody has their own unique fingerprint. And when I design programs, it's based on that person's uniqueness. So when I look at a person, when I fill in their health questionnaire, we do the physical assessment. I look at their biomechanics, how their body's moving, their muscle lengths, their shortnesses, their strengths, their weaknesses, and then I cultivate a program around that. So once we get that part done, then we look at what their sensitivities are. Even though somebody might have an O positive blood type, they could be from a different region than another person with the same blood type. So their biochemistry is slightly different. So we have to look at exactly what works for their body in regards to food and supplementation, even though there's standards amongst most people which actually kind of fall right in line, but we still have to look at each individual and make sure that everything is lined up for them, and so that they will get the maximum health benefit, performance benefit, energy benefit, and of course mental well-being.
Right. Wonderful. So Mike, what is the level of accessibility to you as a coach, as a trainer, somebody will have if they were to become part of the ProTrainer family for your clientele to maximize their ability to get the most out of their training and program here?
Well, it is actually, we have all our clients here with us, and those who are in-house, those who have overseas, clients overseas who do online coaching with us, and they all facilitate that through our app. So we have an application which has live stream, which is a live coach on the other end, that's us, and our coach, and our trainee, I should say. We have our nutritional program, we have our supplementation recommendations, we have everything contained within our software, and we reach out to our clients like when they are required to do their sessions, or even if they're not in session, they can access us anytime, 24/7, ask us questions, request programs and we create programs for them based on what they are looking to achieve. So like we are fully accessible, unlike other gyms. We are completely available to service our clients, regardless if they're in Canada or in the United States or Europe, or even have some clients over in Asia.
So you have like a sincere online presence as well as a local presence. Tell us about where you're located, your hours of availability, and what does it mean to come in for a visit to see you in real time?
Well, you know what? Individuals can come in anytime during our business hours, which is 7 a.m. until around 12 o'clock in the morning. And then we come back in the afternoon, 5:30 to 8:30. But of course, there's special consultations that individual can make on the website, and we can come in at different times to accommodate people if they want to come through and take a look at the facility, do an assessment. For all the people who come in, I like to give everyone a free assessment and training session so they can experience and understand what we're providing. Right. So they can pretty much come anytime. And even if they are looking for a consultation online, which we do also provide, they don't necessarily come into the gym. We can consult with them online. And if they want to follow through with us creating a program for them, or to supervise them during their online training program, which is over a month, 2 months, or a year, whatever the case might be, we also provide that.
What is the ultimate goal of ProTrainerLive? Where does Mike Whiteley, the founder of ProTrainerLive, what is your heartfelt vision for this company?
Well, we've been around for over 15 years.
Right.
So we've been doing ProTrainerLive. We were one of the first pioneers on the online training scene. We did our first live stream in 2010, which was the official ProTrainerLive launch. We still have the archives of those sessions on our site. And obviously ProTrainerLive is not a local brand, it's a worldwide brand. And we're looking to expand and have other franchises within the fitness community of highly qualified coaches, which not every coach can be one of the ProTrainerLive coaches unless they have certain expertise and acumen of like understanding nutrition, training. Right. So we're expanding into additional locations, right, online, and also actual brick and mortar, like physical locations. Right. So we're in that process right now. And we're actually, looking forward to, serving more people, because ultimately our goal is to make everyone live their best version of themselves, right, their best life. We want, right, want seniors to be at their pinnacle fitness, driving, competent, physical, intellectual. We want the young ones to develop and become the best version of themselves and understand how important physical training and activity is to health and longevity. And for the people who are engulfed in work and distractions, to understand how important adding exercise is to their well-being, life performance, and their personal achievement. Because if you're not physically fit, you're underachieving.
What is one or two things about you personally that you want everybody to know, that as a coach, that they can look forward to, that'll really help them achieve their goals?
Well, I have to tell everybody that I'm completely dedicated to you, to your personal well-being. That's why I tell everyone, I'm here for you. My expertise, knowledge I have is for me to share for you. Myself, I'm passionate about learning, so I'm always learning, always understanding what's the newest information that's out there in regards to health, performance, and modalities of healing. So usually, when clients come in with specific things and it's outside of the fitness and nutritional component, I know exactly where to direct them. And those people are partners with our organization to make sure that our clients are healthy and optimized. It's basically moving in the right direction for their health.
What has ProTrainerLive meant to you as an experience, the clients, the ups, the downs, seeing people go from probably being sick to being really well, seeing people transform not just their bodies, but just who they are?
Well, it's been incredibly awesome. I have to say, I've helped a lot of people over the years, and it's interesting, a lot of my clients that are having health problems or their family members have health problems, they've been through several specialists, doctors, and the doctors are not able to resolve their problems, and then they will come to me, and then I would actually listen to them, and then in many cases I've been able to resolve the issue, and they were a little perplexed because they've been to 7 different specialists, right, or 3 specialists or 4, but they've been having the problem for 6, 7, 8 months. Maybe one gentleman had a sinus issue for I think 13, 14 years until he met me. Wow. So I'm just here to distill information, to individuals that they need to know, because the information is readily available. It's just that if you don't know what you're looking for, how are you going to find it?
Right.
So I'm the person that actually will help people find the information so they can make logical and practical decisions for their health and performance.
Wonderful. Mike, it's been a pleasure. You have a wonderful business, and I'm looking forward to having local, national, and international audiences get exposed to what you do here. I look at you as somebody who has the Rosetta Stone. You know how to crack the biological code for people who feel stuck. And I've seen it before. And I thank you for your time, my brother.
Okay, thank you so much, Gaston. All right, you're amazing.